is Turtles Go Moo, and welcome to today's video. Today I have a Sims 4 speed build for you guys. This is a little house that I've named Peirson Corner after the family that I made to put into it, and it is up on the gallery if you wish to download to your game. For the majority of the video, I just want to introduce myself and talk about the channel for a little bit. First things first, I'm the realist. Secondly, I am in the process of getting a better mic for you guys. This is really just a temporary thing. I know it's kind of airy and kind of bleh, but you know, I'm just making do until I can get my new mic. So, anyway, I do plan on making content regularly. The plan right now is to have one art video and one gaming video a week. I do have 2 part-time jobs as well as being a full-time college student, so I'm not exactly sure what days I'll be uploading, but I'm pretty sure Tuesdays will be art and Thursdays will be gaming, but you know, don't really quote me on that. It's kind of in the air at the moment because I'm starting classes in a couple weeks and that's gonna change a lot of things. As far as to what games I have lined up, I do plan on playing Sims for the most part. I will dabble in some Gmods, some indie games, and maybe some Slime Ranger. I do have a couple friends I'll be collabing with frequently. Their channels will be linked down below, but you can always find them on the right side of my channel. If you have any suggestions for games or maybe some Sims 4 challenges, comment them down below. I love to hear your suggestions. Really, the games I'll be playing is kind of up to the people I'm playing with. You know, we play a lot of games together. Art is really subject to fluctuate depending on the commissions on my DeviantArt as well as other things. It can range from fan art to totally original pieces, just how I feel inspired at that moment. Feel free to request stuff down below. There's no really guarantee that I'll get to it, but I'm always open to them. If I really love your idea, I might do it. Normally, my speed paints were speed builds. In this case, with voices, we'll do more like a story time format, because, you know, I got a lot of stories to tell. But today, I really just want to get the formal stuff out of the way. But, you know, for the rest of the video, I'm just going to talk about the build. Right now, I'm just sort of dabbling with the windows, because windows are kind of touchy. You know, you can't have too many, you can't have too little. You know, gotta have the natural light, but you gotta, windows aren't my strong suit, really. I changed this door a lot. Yeah, that fence is gonna change, because I hate that fence. I'm just sort of getting the shape of the porch down. And yeah, I'm gonna match it with the front, because that's just how I like to roll. I really wanted this house to be one story, like having everything on the first floor, because the family that I made it for is a single mom with her toddler son. And you know, stairs and toddlers don't really mix well, so I just thought it would be nice. I also have a tendency to put like bedrooms on the top story and to have like the kitchen and the living room and all that stuff on the bottom, and I don't really try to mesh them all that often. So I just wanted to change it up a little for me. I really like this kitchen. It's not like an extraordinary kitchen. You'll see how it pieces together throughout the video, but it's like your utilities are along one wall and then this island that I'm building kind of in the middle of the room, kind of separating the kitchen from the dining area. I really like open concepts. I'm not really a walls kind of person. You saw earlier that I built walls just so I knew what space I wanted to use, but that was really just so I knew what I was going to be taking up and what I had left for the bedrooms and the bathroom. I really like the Parenthood stuff pack. Is that a stuff pack or is that a game pack? Yeah, the Parenthood pack, I really love the stove and the refrigerator from that pack. I use it probably a little too much, but you know. As far as the packs that I'm using in this, I kind of used a little of everything that I had, except for maybe vampires. I don't think I used vampires in this one, and for sure I used Spa Day, Parenthood, Perfect Patio. There, and some Get Together. Probably some Get Together. You know, there was an origin sale recently, so your girl got her some new packs. At the moment, the living room is not my favorite. It's kind of cramped, but I think it's cute. It's kind of cozy. That chair does go away because I feel like it really closed up the area way too much. The kids' bedroom is kind of an awkward shape, but it turns out pretty cute in the end. That table is just for placement. I really don't like that table. It's kind of too boring for me. Yeah, I just backed up the front of the house a little bit. And so I ended up doing this build over 2 days. So that was that transition right there. I tried to line it up the way it was, but I epically failed, as you saw. And I'm just using these cute little cushions from the movie pack. That's another pack that I used. I really like them. I wish I had them in real life. So here I'm trying to pick a table. Not that exciting. I just really don't like the table selection in this game. So yeah, I'm just like, the glass table? Sure. I wish we had better tables. We have a lot of tables, just I don't really particularly like most of them. And a lot of them are specific kinds of builds. Like, they're all very old-timey builds. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that style of house. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep adding a little more decorations. I'm throwing a painting up on the wall just to give it, a little more oomph, because that wall is looking kind of blank. And I really love that painting from, I think that's from City Living, where it's like the 3 canvases make up one big picture. I just really generally love that style of painting. And just throwing up some lights because it's looking a little dark in there. I ended up changing the light over the dining table just because it didn't really match with the kitchen. So I just used the same lights and throwing another light in the living room. I know that little candle divider thing gives off a little bit of light, but it was just a little bit too dark for my liking. You can always get rid of it if you don't really like living rooms dark. I mean, bright. If you like your living rooms dark, you can delete the light. I threw that rug in there just because it was sort of the only one that really went with the rest of the house. I was going to use something pink to kind of tie in with the rug under the table, but couldn't really find one that I liked. Now we're going to move on to the toddler room, which goes through a couple of changes because I really like that star rug, and I was trying to find a blue that matched. But I ended up getting rid of that bed and using the orange starry one, which I know orange and blue, they're not the same color, obviously. But they're complementary, which means they're across from the color wheel from each other, which makes them kind of work together in a weird way. And I went ahead and put the potty chair in the bathroom just so I could remember to use it. Because I really am trying to tailor this house to being for toddlers, like for having a toddler in it, like having the potty chair and the high chair. And I ended up using the white end table, side table, that's what that is, just to go along with the top of the bookshelf. Throwing a couple more toys in there, give the toddler something to do. I put a Wabblet in there and the little light they can play with from Parenthood, I believe that's what that's from. The Wabblet is base game, but the little light I'm pretty sure is from Parenthood. I stuck that Lego table in there just because I like it. I know toddlers can't really use it, but I'm hoping that's going to get fixed because the tag says toddlers only, but toddlers actually can't use it. Adults can. That's kind of weird. So anyway, we're moving on to the master bedroom, which doesn't have an ensuite, but it is right next to the bathroom. I didn't really want to make it an ensuite just because, the toddler is going to grow up. But the toddler also doesn't need its own bathroom. In my world, there's only 2 people living in this house. Yeah, so I only put 1 bathroom in there. I put sort of a monochromatic kind of deal going on in the master bedroom. There's the gold from the carpet and then that little flower, which you can see right now. It kind of just went by really fast. But that kind of ties together. In the bathroom, it was kind of a weird shape because the door was in the middle of the room. But I also didn't want to put it right next to either of the other doors. So, kind of had to work with it. I put that little shelf in the corner just to balance out where the sink is. And I put the hamper under the sink because, you can throw your towels under there and your clothes. and I'm going through and adding more lights throughout the house, you know, just in dark corners. Wallpaper. I ended up moving, yeah, I moved that little divider because it was kind of bothering me how the different wallpapers were touching, and I couldn't find a wallpaper that matched really good. And so now I'm doing painting the walls, which I really like doing, like the x-axis walls one color and then the y-axis walls another color. Don't know if that really makes sense, but like if you look at it one way, the room's one color. If you look at it another way, the room's a different color. And that window was bothering me because there was like a lighting glitch where it was turning it black from the inside. So I ended up just getting rid of it altogether because I liked it from the outside, but it was just really bothering me from the inside. Which I know you don't really see it most of the time in gameplay, just because most of the time people have the walls down. But I just replaced it with a painting. Now we're gonna go on to make the backyard, not move the backyard. We're gonna put a fence around, you know, kind of make it look like it's part of the neighborhood, which you can kind of see another house that I built on the side. That's a fixer-upper. That's up on my gallery if you're part of that kind of community that likes to do that. I'm putting some furniture up on the front porch, which I think I ended up changing because I felt like having a couch and 3 chairs on the front porch was kind of overkill. I think I replaced this half that I'm working on right now with some gardening pots, but I guess I do that later. We're going to slap this wallpaper on, which I kind of really like this wallpaper. But I can only have the part with the brick on the bottom floor. Like, I can't put that on the roof, and I can't put it on a top floor. Like, I don't know if that's just my kind of weird OCD, but it has to only be on the bottom. Because it doesn't make sense in my head for there to be brick, and then paneling, and then brick. So yeah. I did some landscaping, which I think I might have overdone it. Oh yeah, I did change those to gardening pots. I completely missed that. And so I'm doing a lot of landscaping. I might have overdid it, but you know, I figured the people that live here are gonna be really green. Like, they garden a lot. There's a lot of house plants. So yeah. The way I did this pathway is I put down sort of like a bricky texture, that one right there, and then I put some dirt around it, but then I got the gravelly texture and lightened up the brush a lot and kind of made it look like they put gravel over a sidewalk just to make it look cool. And so I didn't put too much in the backyard. I just put the bonfire and then some gardening boxes. I was gonna box it in, but I figured that'd look too cramped, so I left it open. I really like open concepts, even in the backyard. Put some dirt around it to make it look like, you know, she walks back and forth back there a lot. Put a tree over the garden, because I don't know if this is just me, but I know my family gardened at one point, and it was like some plants need shade to grow, because that's just how they work. Like, you need sunlight, which it comes through the leaves, because photosynthesis and all that sciencey stuff. But the temperature needs to be different. It's a whole thing. I just put a tree next to the garden, and I'm just putting some more plants back there because I felt it looked kind of too not alive. I wanted it to look like they put a lot of pride into their garden, which this little patch that I'm working on right now changes a little bit. Like, I try so hard to try to get like a feature plant in the middle, like that, or that really tall reedy thing I had at first, but it just wasn't really working out for me. So I just stuck a bunch of flowers back there. I'm going ahead and doing the rest of the wallpaper on the sides, fixing the roof, which I need to work on my roofing. Yeah. and I believe we're going to be coming to an end, and the screenshots are going to start in a minute. Yeah. So here's just some screenshots, and I'm gonna leave y'all to it, listen to some cool music, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching.
I was doing just fine before I met you. I drink too much and that's an issue, but I'm okay. Hey, tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them again. No, I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car, and 4 years no calls, and now you're looking pretty in a hotel bar.